Hey guys, this is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world because crypto has the biggest opportunity over the next year and it's not even close. So, welcome along on the journey. We're pumped to have you guys here. Corey, take it away.
Absolutely. Corey Gear here in the beautiful country of Puerto Rico, where we're going to use cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool and use real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And I'm telling you guys, I am getting super stoked about the wealth preservation part of our journey, just because I had another appointment with a guy today who owns 2,500 units, and he's constantly getting more apartments and he's looking to bring us deals. So if you guys are looking for that type of exposure in the future when you're taking profits in crypto for that wealth preservation, make sure to think of us, make sure to look us up. We would be a true bear market hedge, unlike you've ever seen before in crypto, not like the dumb narratives. But yeah, it'll be fun. Crypto is going to be a great wealth creation tool. And like Dane always says, we are at the right place at the right time. And I'll tell you what I did, Dane. I woke up today and I sold all my Richard Hart portfolio coins, all of them. I went and bought Solana and I went and bought Cardano. How did I do?
Time would tell, sir. Oh man, freaking April Fools and crypto's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I knew when I woke up this morning, like I when I opened Twitter, I mentally prepared myself before even opening. I knew I was like, okay, April Fool's is easy for me to remember because it's my brother's birthday. And so he was born today. So it's like I always remember this day and what it's about because of his birthday, because I always give him so much crap when we were kids because he was born on April Fool's. And so like yeah, I woke up and one of the first posts I saw Hans. Hans is like, I sold all my Richard Hart cryptos and I bought Solana. Like, God, you went over and bought the top.
Started like there was enough weird comments. I was like, why is something's about today? Something's going on. It took me a little bit to figure it out. It's funny, some of the guys in our community are losing their marbles. Everybody's selling. Should we sell too? And I'm like, relax. It's April Fools. Everything's fine.
Oh, man. Although it has been a rough week in Hetzico, I believe now, never financial advice, guys. Go buy bonds and stocks. I don't know what the heck. I'm just a dude on the internet. But I think we're at a local bottom, bro. I think yesterday was the local bottom.
It's
I
looking like it.
It could be. There's one more support line that is the all-time low trend line going. It's going up. But it's like another, like, I don't know. I think it's like another 15, 20% down. And there is the last support line. In fact, one of our friends here in Puerto Rico, Dane, when we were at the beach the other day, he was talking about that support line, about hitting that. We're one leg down from there. I don't know if we'll hit it. We are at a support line here at this level. So we'll see. But I feel like if this ain't the bottom, okay, one tiny little more push down would do it. So
I mean, so I've got the Pulsex price chart. It's not a little push down from here. I mean, that's another 60% drop. That's a big push down.
What about Pulse? Let's go to Pulse.
Okay. Even Pulse, it's not a little dip to get back down there.
I was seeing the price charts from other community members. I might have to put it on log.
It doesn't matter. It's still the dip as the dip.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Let's see this one. What would be that bottom support level?
I mean, if you're looking at it, let me go ahead. Okay.
You're right. It's still a ways down.
It's a lot. Yeah. It'd be
price ranges down in that area.
It'd be a lot. I mean, a dip clear down to that support line from where we're at right now is like another 40% down. It's not a baby dip.
No, that's a heavy hitter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, and if we measure up from where this pumped up, I mean, if we go back down to this trend, I mean, that's a 70% dip. Could have happened, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the balance? I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think it's really interesting to gauge sentiment on Twitter. So, like, what's the difference between shaking out weak hands and destroying the community? Because it's a fine balance, in my opinion. And it's interesting because you see both on Twitter where people are like, "Oh, this is great. I hope that he sells a ton and he does all this craziness. We need to shake out more weak hands." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm not like I get the idea, but if you shake out everybody and like you have nobody left, there's a balancing act there."
I,
You know?
I, I think you could shake out almost everybody, and it would be great because think about it. When Hex did its 10,000X, there was only like 5,000 people in the community. So like everybody can make it. The whole we're going to make it. Well, when you have a community of 5,000 people, then everybody can make it. Everyone who got at the seat at the table in the early days made just hand over fist wealth. Well, same here. We have like 300,000 people in our community now. Like, let's get all the plebs out. Let's get back down. I would love to be standing in 5,000, a crowd of 5,000 only, and then absolutely moon. Like, that would be amazing to me. So like, it's just, there's so many people in our community now. Can everyone make it? Is everyone going to make it? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it works both ways. I see your point, Dane, but there is going to be, no matter what, people standing around. And if it's only 5,000 at the end of them, I don't think it'll ever get that bad. But like, then, I mean, maybe that's when Richard Hart goes, okay, now I have enough money to make 5,000 people wealthy. Does he have enough money to make 300,000 people wealthy? Probably not. I don't know. There's only so much economic energy. We're all not going to make it. It's just the way it is.
Sure, sure. And it's interesting. I mean, you're looking at the pulse chart right now. You saw this wick go clear down, like it touched right in this zone back here, previous liquidity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it didn't touch down here. Definitely could have some more downside. But I mean, I think I'm no chart expert. I mean, it'd be preferable to see it kind of hang out in this liquidity zone here and then head back up again. I was looking at DIY investing. He's of the mindset,
I saw.
and
I
I think
love
this
that.
makes sense. He's of the mindset that from here we have this one last big shakeout before he's thinking price discovery. He's thinking we break this previous, or that we break the all-time high on Pulse, and then we're back up in this zone somewhere up here.
Do you know what would cause that?
What?
The April 8th or April 11th, whatever it is, if its case got dismissed.
That would be nice. That would be really nice.
That would cause that.
Because you're, you're like go ahead.
I just say that would just be following the charts too, like you said. You're just following the charts. If where we're at, or DIY says we're at, Donovan, yeah, that's just right on cue with the charts. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get too excited or too happy, but I mean, case dismissed, guys. Like, we are going to front run the bull run. We'd be running so hard, in my opinion. Yeah, you're going to have people who still don't like RH, so I get shaken out on the way up because they're just like they were trapped and they can't stand them. But like, I think the confidence in other whales would come in, and this thing would absolutely just go parabolic. If it was, yeah, I'm with you, Kaisa. Casey Smith, God candle. It would be so much money that would have confidence back in the ecosystem, that would flood back in. Money that left when the SEC news first hit, that money hasn't came back in yet.
In fact, I'm curious what you guys think in the chats. What do you think, Corey, if we see the case dismissed this month? Is that now, of course, we don't give any financial advice here. This is all speculation. We could be totally wrong.
Go buy bonds.
What are your guys' instincts say? 100x candles
on production. I don't know about that one. That would
Richard takes all the ETH and dumps it all in one big giant buy.
Boom. I think we break the all-time high resistance and we turn that to support.
I can see that. I like that.
That's what happens. Nice and conservative, but like that's our new floor. That's our new floor going forward into the bull. Bitcoin halving happens. You have a mini alt season, and then you have, then Pulse Chain can go and do, 5x, 10x, 20x, maybe 100x by the 2025. I don't know. That would be absolutely insane. You would definitely need case dismissed to be able to have a possibility to get 100x. And that's still, I'm counting 100x from the bottom. I'm not counting 100x from SAC price. So
I mean, so you need, so if we broke back to all-time highs, I mean, you're a little less than a double, which would be cool. Yeah. So a double, maybe double from here, break that, turn that into support. It's interesting. In fact, I was doing the math on this the other day. So give me your thoughts on this, Corey, and you guys in the chat. So I'm no charting wizard. I want to get your guys' thoughts here. So if we pull the fib retracement, let's do that first. So I'm going to go from all-time high to all-time low is roughly, once again, this isn't going to be perfect, but we're just going to do it rough here. It's like right there. All right. So if we measure, I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying, so let's stick with like your 100x from the bottom. I think that's an interesting target. So 100x from the bottom.
It's way up there.
is way up here, right? So we're right here. So what is that? Decimal 2034, roughly speaking.
Woo! I'm okay with that.
I am too. We just blow the fib, all these fib levels here out of the water.
Oh, those are support and resistances all the way up. How Sprack Burger calls them bosses.
Right.
Those are all your bosses that you have to defeat on the way up.
Right.
Yeah. Where's the next realistic? Because I can't really see from my screen over here. Well, where's the next realistic? If you break the all-time high, what does that tell us?
The 1618 is
there we go.
What is that? Roughly 4 zeros and a 4-4.
3044. 3044.
Oh, sorry, 3044. Yep, you're
okay.
Right.
So that's still, oh my gosh, that's amazing, dude.
So like
I would be ecstatic.
3044. I mean, that's a lot. That's a triple. Yeah, that's a triple. I could see if the case is dismissed this month, I could see that happening, that triple happening pretty rapidly, hitting there. Where's the draw tool?
I would be even on that, dude. I'd be down at the beach dancing.
Oh, it'd be great.
Oh man.
No, it's not that. Where's our darn draw tool? But I wouldn't be surprised at all if we came back up the 618 here, and then we came down, bounced around, corrected back down to this all-time high level, kind of ranged right in here. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and that would be healthy, and that would give people who are wanting to make a little bit of money in the ecosystem, maybe people who can't stand our age, but they're like, they wanted some money back for all their pain. It'd give them the opportunity to get out. And then you would have new money flooding in, because that's where now you're in price discovery. People are going to start taking notice, and the new money coming in would allow the old money to get out. It would be an absolute blast.
Right. Yeah, what's up, Hex Monkey? He says, I backed up the truck yet again in these last few days. Nice, I like it.
I bought a little bit yesterday, Hex Monkey. I load up more ink, man. I want more exposure to the ink. I spend so much, I spend so much money getting exposure and all the other blue chips, Pulse X, Hex, during the SEC FUD. Like I literally was backing the truck up during the SEC FUD for all those other assets except for ink. And so now I'm trying to play catch up to get some more ink. And I bought a little bit more yesterday when I saw it. I think, it's on a small bounce. We'll see if it holds or if it goes deeper. If it goes deeper, man, I'm not going to complain. And like you said, Dane, out of support down there, I mean, I'll pick up another bag. I'm cool with it. Like, nah, I'm not the ink. That's Brizology, man. I don't know where Brizology's at. I am not the ink, Maxi. I did not acquire enough ink at freaking 50 cents, man. I could have been the ink OA if I would have just had some faith when ink was 50 cents, but I did not. I was buying Pulse and Pulse X and Hex. Like, I mean, I love those assets. Don't get me wrong, Hex Monkey. I love all those assets. But man, ink, I need more ink. Give me more exposure. It's like if I take the percentage of my portfolio, it's the smallest percentage of my portfolio. It's not enough. I'm just like, and I don't want to swap the other assets for it. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to keep adding to the bag. I'll keep doing it. Let's give me a $3 ink. Please give me a $3 ink. I promise not to fade it this time. I promise not to fade it.
Right? That'd be nice. Yeah, some really good commentary. Beyond All says, let the weekend sell out. It's okay until E starts to move. That's an interesting, that's a really interesting thought process. Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
I mean, like, man, you look at a lot of people losing their marbles on Twitter. Like, we are absolutely a leverage play on Ethereum at this point. We are. And that's a fact. And until ETH starts really making a strong run here, like, there's not a lot to get really excited about, in my opinion, other than the case being dismissed against Richard. So we're just kind of hanging out, being patient. There will be some blood and some pain, and it's an opportunity to get back in at good pricing now, rather than buying higher. So not a bad thing.
Yep, I agree. I mean, you buy where you have deep discount depression type, assets, and I mean, when I was picking up some of my lotteries over on Ethereum, is when Pulse and Pulse X and Hex was all pumping over here, and like I had a little liquidity to dispose, so I bought some lottery tickets over on ETH, and now some of those lottery tickets, they're like 3-4x. Like my GPU AI thing, it's up, dude. I'm up a 3x. I bought that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's great.
I'm up to 3x. I'm like, oh my god, I bought that just 2 weeks ago. Like, whoa. Like, it's just because I knew, because of the name AI. Anything AI in the name, the narrative is going to be AI. Okay, I'm going to start deploying some lottery bullets at it. And now it's the opposite, right? Like, that one's pumping, and now the Pulse chain ecosystem's depressed. I hope that keeps happening. I hope like the lotteries get depressed when Pulse chain keeps pumping, and vice versa, man. I just balance my money accordingly. So,
yep, I like it. Let me grab. Yeah, Kaiser, I've been in this community for years now, but I've never experienced such negativity. You have to mute a lot of people. And I mean, honestly, like, I think it's twofold. I liked Richard's tweet the other day where he gave an example of the airline, somebody losing their mind at an airline person about their lost bag. And he gave the example, the airline person turns to him and said, there's only 2 people in the whole world that care about your bag, and one of them is losing interest very quickly, that being the airline person, because the other person's yelling at them. And if you're Richard, like we've talked about that a lot here before, I'd be worn out if I was Richard, worn out at this point, and wondering if I really did want to help the people that were part of the community right now.
Yeah, let it dissipate back to 5,000 like early Hex days.
Nah, you're not getting that. We're not going there. I hope not. That would be
price would get crushed.
You need another freaking 99% dip from here.
Oh
man. And then right here. Talk about the tweet from RH in regards to dismissal, mentioning Coinbase, Kraken, Binance.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility, man. And you guys follow Nuclear Herbs. He's made a lot of strong cases or strong points. And one of the point he made, and I don't know if maybe we could find the tweet, but he was talking about their lawyers are saying, hey, look, Pulse X were never traded on Uniswap. So you can't target them the way you're targeting Hex. So there might be a possibility, like they might dismiss it where Pulse and Pulse X are kind of off the hook, and then it's just Hex. basically going after the adoption amplifier days and Uniswap being sold through Uniswap and stuff. So I don't know. That's one tactic they're trying to do, and it'd be interesting, man. And dang, we've talked about this. How Hex has been a lagger. You want to talk about Hex being a lagger where Pulse and Pulse X are off the hook, and Hex is still being on the hook for the SEC? Like, that'd be interesting. I don't know. It'd be very interesting.
It would be. Yeah, it would absolutely be. I'm not seeing the only one I'm seeing, he says, I wonder what people would have added to the Coinbase Kraken and Binance motions to dismiss if they could. That one, there's not a lot of meat to that tweet. But I did like the one, let me find it. Oh yeah, I like this one right here. So, like, so many people.
Shared screen, Dane?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm just gonna summarize this one. So it's been really interesting with the videos taking the rounds of people calculating what the X's could be if Greg the Duck takes the SAC funds and put all of them back into the ecosystem. And they don't take into account adding and removing liquidity. They don't take into account sell pressure a lot of the time. And they'll say that, this doesn't account for any selling. And Richard came out. Well,
they also don't account for the FOMO buying either.
Right. Exactly. That's a great point. That is a great point. Let me share this. And we'll just read it together. All right. So Richard says, Ethereum, you know why so many, yada. I'm going to jump past all this. All right. He says, people do armchair economist calcs on price moves based on liquidity. They say, but people will sell. But they forget often remove liquidity as well, which if price is moving up is the same as removing sell pressure. But they're not smart enough to count things that make it easier for price to go up, only smart enough to count things which would hurt price. For some reason, they also don't account for many people preferring to buy green candles instead of red, and many preferring to buy higher instead of lower. Yes, it's really a thing. You could call breakout traders one of these types. You could also call people that hear about things last one of these types. There's also the fallacy of people confusing what you pay with what you get. If you bought a $500 plus t-shirt, you might notice it ain't actually better. Pro tip, guessing is hard. It's even harder when you leave out half the variables. Not financial advice. Yeah, past performance is no guarantee.
That's a great tweet.
I thought that was money. I mean, we saw the OA move masterfully during the bear market before a pulse chain launch with Hex. I mean, we saw them add and remove liquidity to get price to do what they wanted. And so a lot of people are taking into account all the negative externalities, but they're also not counting, like Richard's saying there, the positive externalities of if that was managed well. You actually don't need nearly as much money as some of the other people have put out to be able to really go get, kind of like you're saying, to get 100x from the bottom. I would argue that if you were someone that had over $1 billion, you could market make your way up there, like pretty handily if you wanted to, based upon past, how do we say it? Based upon past experience we've seen from the OA in the charts previously.
From Greg.
Yep. So I'm not that worried about it. I thought that was really good. So many people want to account for, once again, the negative externalities, but they leave out the possible upside of things going parabolic as well. The truth is usually in the middle, and so I think you're trying to account for all of it and make decisions accordingly.
It's funny. I was having that conversation. I think it was with Hex Monkey. Was that you when we were at the karaoke bar? We were having the conversation of green candles, and when money's coming in, how everyone FOMOs in. There was like I don't know what the ratio was. If you remember that conversation or remember what we were talking about, would love to hear your insight again. But yeah, green candles, man, people love to buy tops. It's everybody. People FOMO in, and there's a ratio where like every dollar, especially as the green candles get higher, the more the crypto space is going to take notice too. Like everybody wants to go over and buy dog with hat. Everybody wants to go buy dog with hat. And what it becomes is a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what it becomes. And so it's no different. If we did a 10x, 15x, 20x, then there's no reason why the retail can't pile in afterwards and make us do 100x. There really is no reason why, especially if case dismissed.
Oh man, it'd be big.
Ah man, let's go.
That'd be big. Yeah, this is Pulse and PulseX getting off the hook could definitely lead to some green candles.
Oh, it would, man. And then like, oh god, what did all the Hex OG Maxie's gonna say then about Hex?
Right.
Dude, it's just funny because we got friends. We love them. We do love them though.
I like this. I spoke with RH and he said Hex will hit all-time high before PulseX and Ink. So Hex is king.
I hope you're right, sir. I hope you're right, sir. Because even as so, I have nice bags of Hex. Because I know I am wrong and I don't have a crystal ball, and I know that. And so like I have bags of Hex. I do like Hex. I don't think it's going to be the winner, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, and there's so much. What we could give a little commentary on some more. We won't name them on. Maybe we will. You can name them if you want. There's some prominent people in the community. They're talking about how they're now Richard's nemesis and that they've learned so much, and now they feel
on the
like
dark side.
They're better. It was ridiculous.
The Sith.
Yeah, it's funny when people want to comment right now and they're like, Richard's done nothing for Pulse Chain, and since he's launched it in the last year, like that's like saying that you went to war and you shot all your bullets in the first 10 minutes because you wanted to make sure that your buddies saw that you were shooting a lot. Like it's silly. You wouldn't blow all your ammo in the first 10 minutes. You want to save it for when you actually can see the bad guys, take your shots and be wise about it. It's just not time to take shots yet. If you could get some of the weight off by getting the SEC behind us and then releasing the new farms, the updates to PulseX, injecting more capital, like that's what you're really playing for, in my opinion, here. And otherwise, there's not a ton to do other than I really like seeing, Greg the Duck support pricing, because I think it helps provide confidence to those of us that are here. You can't say Richard's done nothing. I think you could look at what's going on. You could say, okay, there's signs here. And so what decisions do you want to make about those signs? I don't know. Everyone make their own financial decisions, but me and Corey are feeling pretty comfy with where we're at.
Real comfy. And I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, Dane. Why extinguish the bullets or your ammo early in the dogfight, right? Like you have plenty of time. We were over one of our well friends here in Puerto Rico, and even he said he's like, yeah, be ready for the rest of the year for everything just kind of run sideways. There's not a lot of activity. He goes, yeah, Bitcoin did its thing, but now it's probably going to come down, and who knows? Now, obviously, a Ethereum ETF can change sentiment. A Ethereum ETF would be awesome. I would love to see that. Oh my gosh. Then we'd have some fireworks everywhere. But then again, just be ready for Ethereum ETF not to come to 2025. What if that marks the top? Think about that. They're going to be one of the top indicators. We don't know yet. This is all part of the movie we're all playing in. We just got to roll in it. And it's a lot of fun. And so just be ready for it. But yeah, you be ready for all scenarios. Whatever, we're going to run out sideways for a while. Maybe we go back down and test that bottom support. Back up the truck. If it does, oh my God, I know I will. I know I got a couple friends here in Puerto Rico that talked about it. They're like, oh my God, I hope we do that. Like there's enough believers that would back the truck up and just gobble up that support. I know I would be one of them. I would be reaching into pockets I didn't even know I had to buy. I'd be like, all right, can I pull out more of my HELOC? Where can I, because that would be, that would be too juicy, especially now we know, that's the wrong word. Faith, I have a lot more faith than I've ever had in the ecosystem. And back when I had the least amount of faith in the SEC FUD days, I was DCAing there. I was buying, and I was putting some pretty good sized clips in. So Now, if we went back down there, oh, don't you dare tease me. Oh, and I won't make the same mistake on Ink again. Holy crap. I'd come out of that dip, Dane, with I'd give Brizology a call and be like, all right, bro, where you stand, man? Let's go to toe-to-toe. We got to fight over the Ink Maxi name. Like, don't dare go down. I swear, I would back the truck up on the Ink token.
I like it. I'm with you. There's a good, where was oh, this is a good question. So yeah. Crypto winter bull LP question for you scenario. We're at top of bull and I want to earn yield and have a safe place to keep funds in case a stable coin collapses. With PHLD and Poltex pool be a good place to park cash. Because since they would fall together. I know my answer to this, Corey. What would you say?
Okay, I'm gonna shill. Like, you're at the top of a bull, and if you know you're on top of a bull, and you know cryptocurrency goes anywhere from 75 down to 99% down in economic terms, like your dollar fiat terms, why even stay in your Pulse and PulseX assets and provide liquidity? And if you're afraid of the stable coins, which I'll keep some stables in the ecosystem, and be doing some yield farming with stable, or maybe, like, for example, if Liquid Loans has their thing still going and if it's even worth a damn, I'll have some stables in there. But, like, as far as the volatile assets, I'm out, and I want to be in things like real estate or maybe some crypto that's tied to real estate. Wouldn't that be fun, guys? Some crypto tied to real estate that gives you all the benefits of real estate that you can buy from crypto. How awesome would that be? You think there's a bear market hedge there? Maybe. At the very least, you could turn that crypto back in for your shares of real estate. If the crypto gets nuked, I think that's a pretty good bear market hedge. What do you think, Dane?
I prefer that, sir. In fact, I was talking with one of the guys. I can't remember who it was. I was talking with a guy a couple last week, and he was like, so the goal is to acquire more Bitcoin to make gains so you could put money back in Bitcoin. And I get the idea, I really do. But then at the end of the day, we're here to be able to get as much value as humanly possible. And during the bear markets, even though fiat is getting inflated away, if Bitcoin does a 70% dip over a year, you're better holding fiat. You just are when it comes to value. So people want to get all righteous on you and talk about how they're not doing anything in fiat. Look, like, this is not where the best value is all the time to be in blockchain based volatile stuff. And so when the bear market comes, yeah, I'd rather be sitting in stables.
Yep. Or real estate or something tied to real estate.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's where I would like to be at. And Mitch says, what are we working on? Stay tuned.
Yep. We got some cool stuff coming. Is it April 8th that we find out whether or
not April 8th, but then I heard that's going around on Twitter that it got postponed to April 11th, which is like freaking 3 days. Like, I don't know why it would be like a 3-day difference. Like April 8th or 11th. I know that, like, the new moon. Oh no, the eclipse. I think we have an eclipse on the 8th. Like, there's a lot going on the 8th. Who knows? Like, the crazy part, this month is a crazy month. I mean, we had the Bitcoin halving this month too. Hey, it's this is the month, man. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be nice to get past this month, and then theoretically you should have as much bullish momentum as you can at this part of in the cycle. We're past the Bitcoin halving. It's time for things to start heating up again. Theoretically, maybe it's not even this month, but maybe it's the next month or the following. Like, this is playing out to potentially have a really nice summer here. We'll see.
Yep. I agree, man, and I'm glad I'm here on the island. Let it do what it wants to do. Oh, by the way, Dane, and I guess we can talk about it in the show. It's not a big deal. Like, take notice of the total value of your portfolio at the very bottom here, or whatever yesterday was. If yesterday ended up being bottom, Take notice of that. It will serve you in the future here in Puerto Rico. Also, if we go back down to that lower support, if we do go back down in there, that's going to benefit you. Because you get to put your flag in the sand on what day in the year you want to claim your portfolio. It's freaking amazing.
Right.
So
it is. I appreciate the downward pressure this month. This is the last month.
Can you guys keep selling for days?
Helpful for me.
And can you sell a lot of ink? Like I said, man, I got FOMO. I have FOMO. I need more ink.
Yep. Yeah, we do. We have some cool things we're working on in the background. We'll give more updates as we can kind of make some strides there. We want to make sure we are not the guys to overpromise and underdeliver like almost everybody that held a sacrifice. We now there's some that have done an excellent job. I'm not saying everybody, but many, yes. We are not going to be those guys. So we've got to nail down some things before we talk too much about it. Maybe it doesn't work out. We don't know. We're still in kind of that stage to really nail it all down. So we'll keep you guys.
Either way, Dane, we're going to have a version of it work out. I mean, guys, we get access to real estate syndications and funds all day long. Like earlier today, before I got on here, I was on with a guy who owned 2,500 units. And he gets deals after deal and he's like, where can I have exposure to your community so I can present my deals? Like, and I didn't analyze his deals to see how good they are, but we see a lot of these guys' deals and they're smoking deals. Like if I was not involved in crypto, I would be invested in some of these deals. In fact, I am in one that I've been in for a while out in Atlanta, Georgia. I got to check in on that one because that one's getting close to probably getting wrapped up, but we get them all the time, guys. And so like, we want to be able to bring the opportunity to the crypto community when it's needed, because like, I got news for you. There's no such thing as a bear market hedge in crypto. Like the narrative was preached about Hex last time. I love Hex, but we saw that was not a bear market hedge for your economic energy. It just wasn't. And nothing else is going to be in this whole hashtag never selling. Good luck with that. No, that's a hashtag always wrecked.
Yes.
No.
Agreed. Yeah. So you guys figure out how you're going to manage your own bag. That's for Corey and I. We will be taking profits when we deem the time as appropriate.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That'll be good. All right, cool guys. Well, we appreciate you jumping in. Oh yeah, Chris. Thank you, Chris. This was great. RH submits the case dismissal request on the 8th of April. And I think the SEC has to respond or something like that on the 11th.
Maybe that's it.
Okay, cool. That's great. So either way, we may get some clarity here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a big nothing burger and they're able to push it down the road a few more months. You know what I mean?
Me too, because that's just kind of how this whole due processing always works, right? You just can't get too excited until the event happens.
Right. Right. It'll be good. All right, cool guys. We appreciate you jumping in here today. Corey and I should be on a lot this week. We are in town in Puerto Rico. We should be here, I think, just about every day of the week this week to stream, give you guys the sauce to cut through the narratives, all that type of stuff. So tune in tomorrow, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching on Twitter, I see 103 of you guys on there. Come over and like and subscribe on the YouTube. The YouTube's better. You can come and comment and converse with us. We do Open Mic Friday where you can come on the show, and it helps support us and grow our show during this bull run. So we do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hit the likes, hit the subscribes, hit the bell notifications on the way out. We appreciate you.
Yep. Cool, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.